Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about My Hero Academia chapter 327. I can't help but laugh at the very beginning. Every time I look at it, it's just hilarious. Horikoshi, man, you are so hilarious somehow. I don't know why, but that aside, let's go. This beginning part begins with Midoriya's friends dragging him or carrying him up to a bath. They say the water is 42 degrees Celsius. Run, wash him up, strip him down, and then throw him in the bath. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, this is just hilarious, man. I just can't help but keep laughing so hard for some reason. I don't know why. And we have to it. Bakugo shows up and says, hey, there's dirt all over the bathtub. Scrub it off with detergent right now. And we see Bakugo's wounds, of the previous war. And dang, he looks kind of terrifying, but, that kind of thing. And Kirishima was like, and make sure to follow the instructions on the side and use the correct amount. Even Tokoyami's like, you might have apologized for your past shortcomings, but you still haven't changed. Let up already. And freaking Ka-chan just jumps in the bath and tells Izuku, I haven't given up on becoming number one. You're all still my rivals. That includes you, Izuku. This is also cute, too, because Ka-chan was about to call Izuku Deku, but he says Izuku anyway. Even after getting splashed in the face, Izuku's like, Deku is fine. You don't have to force yourself, Ka-chan. And Bakugo's like, nah, I'm not forcing myself. Well, a strong ambition is a good thing, right? This is a great time to submerge Bakugo. Let's do it. What do you mean, great time? And then we see, too, that we get to hear about Ochako. She's sleeping right now because she's been knocked out once the situation died down. And we have to it, Midoriya apologizes and thanks everyone for all the trouble, that kind of thing. And Ashido therefore asks Midoriya, hey, can you tell us about One for All? I guess a suspenseful reveal won't be needed anymore of that letter you left. I wish you could have told Hawks to pick up his phone. It must have been a lot to go from completely quirkless to immensely powerful. What does it feel like? Well, it breaks his bones, obviously. And Todoroki therefore says, I'm sure Midoriya is the most tired out of all of us. Let him sleep, will you? That's why we took him back here after all. Are you sure you're really doing that pose this moment? You're up, show up, or something, Mineta asks, and then he tells everyone, I'm fine. In fact, I can't really sleep anyway. So how many points suspension? And why is that? When Todoroki asks Midoriya why he can't sleep. And Midoriya's like, something I did to All Might is really weighing on my mind. I won't be able to sleep until I apologize to him, but I can't seem to get a hold of him. But Todoroki points at the window, and we see All Might's freaking body at the window, and All Might's like, apologizing, me too. I'm sorry that I couldn't have been any help to you, Midoriya. But you've already done so much for me, All Might. If you're gonna apologize, then apologize to us too, All Might, as Ashido hits All Might in a playful manner and says, don't just up and leave without saying anything. And All Might tells everyone everything will be coming together soon. And All Might thinks in his mind I'm not an active hero anymore. I've made up my mind. I'll fight even if I have to crawl along the battlefield to see everything through and the flame that burns within them, As All Might tells everyone, sorry for worrying you all. I won't go into details, but I acquired some new information. The answer will become clear soon. We'll do everything we can. I can't do much with this body, but Izuku says the tonkatsu bento you gave me was delicious. I'm sure that I ended up in such a bad state because I wasn't with you, All Might. Let's protect everyone together, And we had to it that All Might says, I'll show these students that I can keep up, and he says thank you. Well then, I better head off. All ready? To where? To see Endeavor and the others. I still have other things to do, that kind of thing. Even Tokoyami's like, tell Hawks to text me at least, So it looks like to me, Tokoyami's like, Hawks, freaking call me, man. Text me. What the what's wrong with you kind of thing. And we see to it that, Endeavor, he can't show up in public like that. There's still the fallout over Dabi, as Todoroki mentions it, But I guess there are some evacuees who respect him all the same. But yeah, as Izuku As everyone's like, oh, finally, he's finally getting some sleep, that kind of thing. And Todoroki ends up putting a blanket over him and says, I'm Dabi's brother and Endeavor's son, so I bet deep down he's still worrying about me. And Kirishima's like, all because of family circumstances. Aren't you frustrated? It's not like you did anything to deserve this. And Todoroki's like, I did. I was so caught up in my own problems, I lost sight of my origins. But I'm different now, and I'll prove it to everyone. I won't let you all worry about me anymore. That kind of thing. And freaking Kirishima's like, you're a man amongst men. I can't stop these tears. And Jiro's like, even though there are still some evacuees who respect him all the same, was it? It's that, isn't it? Like that time, though it's strange to group them together. And we had to it, Jiro brings in Kaminari and Yayorozu and Tokoyami together and says, people regard us with apprehension now. In order to ease their worries, to put smiles on their faces, we'll think what we can do, And Jiro even drags in Bakugo with them and says, like we did during the cultural festival, let's give everything we have and do our best. That's what we've been doing, right? We won't just take it back. We'll move forward and become better versions of ourselves. Go beyond, that kind of thing. As everybody agrees to Jiro's speech right there, they all watch up, they all like him, get ready for it, that kind of thing. But that aside, we see to it that that everyone's starting to drive right now, that kind of thing. Well, we go to a scene with Hawks and Blue Genius and everything else. They end up talking about what Garaki says, With Garaki in custody, we managed to polygraph test to drag out Shigaraki's growth rate and compile our research on the Nomu. Though we're unsure on how long it will take for his vitals to stabilize, both Central's answers and Garaki's statements agree that it will take at least 2 months of rest before he is completed. Additionally, this is the line with the testimony of the assassin Deku captured. All for One wants to complete his body as quickly as possible before taking one for all. And we see the freaking assassins that Hawks mentioned, like Nagant, the big shark guy, and that second assassin that Deku took out effortlessly, and then there's this other guy that Class 1A helped Deku take out as well, But regardless of his intention, it has been 2 months since his raid on Tartarus, So we have about a month of leeway to make the first move against All for One and Shigaraki, or so I had thought. All Might's fanatic Stain had given him the guard's records of Tartarus. The letter itself was intended solely to be read by All Might, and Stain had no intention of handing this information to anyone else. I never thought the hero killer would be the one helping us heroes, as Hawks mentioned. So overall in this chapter right here, it just, at the very beginning, it involves, funny stuff with Izuku being washed up, stripped down, while Ochako sleeps, etc. after all that's been happening. Izuku can't seem to sleep and apologizes to All Might, and All Might apologizes him back, while everyone sees All Might off while he needs to do what he can do, that kind of thing. Izuku finally getting some sleep right now, getting a blanket over him, and Todoroki telling everyone, don't worry about me, I got this, As Jiro ends up having to tell everyone to hang on, and we gotta do our best and give it our all and go beyond, etc. So, she mentioned something about the cultural festival, and I thought it was pretty cute for her to mention that, and then etc. While Endeavor, Hawks, Blue Genius get ready to meet Stain over there, But for the time being, we'll have to see where this goes. We'll have to see how this goes out, as the information was meant to be for All Might, and he never plans to handing this information to anyone else, that kind of thing, But yeah. So, pretty much, the bath scene with Midoriya was kind of funny and hilarious in a certain way, I guess. And, Midoriya apologizes to All Might, and All Might apologizes to him. And All Might and the others, such as Endeavor, Hawks, and everyone else, get ready to, meet Stain to possibly get the information they need to get, that kind of thing. As for Shigaraki and All for One, they're gonna need at least, 2 months of recovery, so they only got 1 month left. So, I don't know how much time they're gonna be needing, but one thing was sure, Izuku. He's gonna freaking get his fair share of rest, and once he's recuperated and back in action, I can guarantee you he's not going alone on this, that's for sure. As for Bakugo, he's doing his best not to call Izuku Deku no more, which is pretty cute, and I'm pretty sure he'll freaking blow me up somehow, but that aside, looking forward to next chapter, and we don't know how this will go out, but hopefully Endeavor and the others, I guess it's their time to shine for the time being, and we're going to have to see where they're going to turn up, So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!